Apple recently unveiled Apple Intelligence, which is their AI program, not to be confused with artificial intelligence. It's the same thing. It's just Apple being Apple and coming up with a cute name for artificial intelligence. So it's Apple Intelligence, and it's honestly very exciting, and there's a lot to unpack. So let's cover the main features that you need to know about for Apple Intelligence. First things first, if you have an iPhone 15 or older, you're out of luck with this one. Apparently it comes down to power. Now you can look at this as a way for Apple to slightly get you to upgrade to the latest iPhone, iPad, or Mac, but really what it comes down to is the power needed to run Apple Intelligence. So you're gonna need Apple Silicon in order to run these things. So it makes sense that the list that they have of compatible devices includes 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max iPhones, and then the M series Apple Silicon Mac and iPads. The cool thing about this is that previously with AI, you had to kind of seek it out. If you were interested in AI, you were likely going to seek out these different types of tools and use them and see what you're able to do with them. But with Apple Intelligence being released on future Apple products, the adoption aspect of things kind of goes away. And what's going to happen is people are going to start using these features, maybe even without realizing that they are AI. In fact, that's already happening, right? Your watch can detect falls. It can detect your blood oxygen level. That's all machine learning, and that's a major part of AI. So I think a lot of people that are scared of AI or skeptical about AI are already interacting with it. They're just not aware of it. And this Apple Intelligence is going to be a great vessel to get people to understand AI a little bit better, even if they don't care about all the stuff that happens in the background. So I'm going to break down these new features into 3 different categories. We've got communication, visuals, and Siri. If you've been using AI lately, then you've probably noticed the writing tools that are available with things like Google products with Gmail, Google Docs, or Grammarly. Those things help you write better, help you formalize things, help you change the tone, and overall just make writing a little bit easier and a little bit simpler. It also summarizes information for you as well, and that's exactly what writing tools are going to do with Apple Intelligence. Difference being is it's going to be baked into Apple devices moving forward, and it's got that very much simple and clean user interface that you expect from Apple. For example, when you're driving a car, a lot of people could care less what happens when you hit the gas pedal. All they want is to know that something is going to happen when they hit that gas pedal. They know that they're going to move forward and get to where they need to go. And that's kind of the idea, I think, with Apple approaching their AI. They want to remove those barriers, remove the understanding that you need of AI, and just focus on the user experience. And that's what Apple is incredibly good at, is focusing on the user experience and letting the technology take over and also kind of fade away into the background. Another small but really welcome feature under communication is going to be priority notifications. So essentially what this is going to do is, well, let's say that you go to an appointment or you have a meeting and you come back to your phone and you've got a ton of different notifications from various different apps. Typically, you have to read through everything to catch up, whether it's a group chat, Slack messages, what have you. But now with Apple Intelligence, it's going to be able to read through all those things for you and only present you the information that you need to know about. In other words, the TLDR, the too long didn't read. Not only is it going to provide you with the most relevant information, but it's also going to summarize information for you. One of the other use cases for this is going to be in email. You're going to be able to get summaries of your emails. Again, if you don't want to read through a lot of emails or you read through an email thread or a long email, you're going to be able to get the most relevant information right away and summaries of that most relevant information. You're also going to be able to draft emails quicker thanks to Apple Intelligence. It's going to sift through the email for you, provide you the most, again, relevant information, whether that is questions or things that you just need to follow up on, and you'll be able to click quick responses and draft a quick email. Obviously, you're going to be able to type it up if you need to, but it gets you a starting point. What I like about the idea of priority notifications is that it reduces the interruptions that you're going to have. AI-generated images have been a huge part of the AI revolution, with things like Midjourney and DALL-E showing us what's capable of taking a prompt and getting an image. The issue with that is that you have to really know how to write a prompt in order to get something even sort of good. Where Apple's image playground is different, though, is that it gives you sort of parameters to create that image. In other words, with Midjourney, for example, you are in charge of coming up with absolutely everything in order to make that image happen. But with Image Playground, it's going to give you 3 styles to choose from, and it's going to then give you descriptors to then select and even type in if you want. That all feeds into the Image Playground, and then it generates images based on all those factors. So again, this is a perfect example of Apple taking something that's already being done and simplifying it. It's doing all the same stuff that Midjourney and DALL-E does, but it's making it simpler and easier to use for the masses. Branching off of Image Playground, we've got Image Wand. Basically what this does is that it allows you to create images based on a rough sketch or simply things that are on your screen. So let's say that you're taking notes on something and you want to generate a quick sketch. Whether you already have a sketch or you just have information and you want to create a sketch, all you need to do is circle the area, and Apple will use its AI and Image Playground to generate an image for you. Genmoji, or generated emojis, Genmoji, see what they did there, very clever, is going to be your way to create fully original emojis with just a simple description. So if you've ever wanted to send the perfect emoji for a situation and it just doesn't exist, that's all going to change now with Genmoji. I'm interested to see what the limitations of this technology is going to be, because people are going to try to create probably some weird stuff, but nonetheless, it's very exciting. And I do think that this is a perfect example of AI and AI images coming together to make something truly unique and special. Photo editing is getting an upgrade as well, with the ability to clean up things in the background of images that you've already taken. We've all taken those images before where we have what we think is the perfect photo, but there's some silly goose in the background. Well, now we can just simply click on it and get rid of it. Does this exist already? Yep. But it's cool that it's coming to Apple products and going to be used by millions of people. The biggest and most necessary update comes to Siri. Siri has been around for, I think, 13 years now, and it's gotten some upgrades, sure. But in the past couple years with ChatGPT and Gemini and all those AI products, Siri has just felt archaic for a while now. And so it makes sense that this is where they really went all in. Siri is now going to be able to do everything that we already just talked about, plus so much more. And I think we are really only scratching the surface of what it's capable of. And we'll be able to find out its use cases a little bit more once we get our hands on it this fall. Siri got a glow up as well. It's got this sleek, simple design with a light that wraps all the way around the display, showing you that Siri is listening and working on it. And this new UI makes sense when you learn that there's going to be on-screen awareness with Siri. So exactly how it sounds, right? Siri is going to be able to see what's on your screen, react to it, help you with it, and so on. On top of that, you're also going to be able to speak to Siri just more naturally. No longer are you going to have to be very specific with what you say and how you say it. You can even trip up over your words and correct it. And Siri's going to pick up on that and understand what you meant and give you the most relevant information based on that. On top of that, it's going to be able to do things like find a recipe that somebody sent you months ago, especially if you don't know if that was sent in a message or an email or Facebook Messenger or something like that. Siri's going to sift through everything for you and find it and present it to you. Another cool thing is that Siri has a better understanding of your device. So let's say that you don't know how to do something with your iPhone. You don't know where it is in settings or something. Just ask Siri. And that's where I think that Siri is really going to take off and help a lot of people. When we talk about accessibility, a lot of people don't know how to use their phones, don't know how to do certain things, or they don't care, or they just don't have the ability to do so. And so now with Siri as their personal assistant, they're going to be able to do things that maybe they never thought were even possible with the iPhone or any other Apple product. And of course, you're going to be able to type to Siri to send requests just like you can with ChatGPT and Gemini. And all you need to do is double tap on the bottom of the screen and it's going to pop up to ask Siri a question. So not only are you going to be able to use the new advanced Apple Intelligence with Siri, but you're going to be able to use ChatGPT fully integrated into your device, just like you can with Siri. What's cool about this is that you're not going to have to switch between all these different apps in order to use ChatGPT and use Siri. It's all going to work together in the same ecosystem. So that's Apple Intelligence in a nutshell. There's a lot to be excited about. I'm so excited that a lot of people are going to be able to use this AI, and even if they're not interested in AI, they're going to be using it and maybe see what AI is capable of rather than just being scared of AI. If you're into AI and learning more about it, please consider subscribing to my channel. I am only just getting started, but I'm very optimistic for the future of this channel and AI as a whole. and we're going to have a lot of fun with it. So please consider subscribing, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.